Okay, story time. I got fired from my job. Mm. Got fired from my job because I couldn't meet the rate per hour. And my youngest son, he's going through a lot behavior wise, speech wise, and I think he just needs more time with me. Um and behavior kind of assistance, speech therapy and stuff like that. So, I got fired from my job and I'm excited. And the reason I'm excited is because I know that that job was part of my journey, it was part of my path, but it wasn't the whole end picture for me. Because truthfully, when I got in there, now those of you that don't know, I lost 100 pounds naturally. I tuned into the body. I understood my subconscious brain, my subconscious mind. I understood things took time. I got out of the instant gratification kind of world that we live in. Um, I started to understand things about health and the body that I never took seriously before. So, back to where I was getting at. Oh, so that's my part of my journey, right? So I thought a health and wellness coach was the best fit for me. I have lots of experience, lots of knowledge, lots of, mindset, limited beliefs that I overcame, emotional eating. I overcame a lot of those things. So I thought health and wellness was the absolute right field for me. So I applied to this job. I get my health and wellness certification. I apply for this job. I get the job. It's at a research center that focuses on, hormone. They said hormones were the missing link to weight loss, and I was very interested and intrigued because to me it looked like they focused on the root, on the body, which is the most important thing. It's not yo-yo dieting. It's not these kind of fast fad things that are like quick, fast, easy approaches to weight loss. So I really liked it. I get in this job. I'm super excited. I learn everything I can. I'm a human sponge, right? I soak up everything possible. I learn about herbs and vitamins, which herbs to me I had a background in because of my own journey of what helped me along my journey. Like ashwagandha was very powerful in my specific journey because another backstory, I was in like a postpartum depression for like 6 years. And I have 3 kids total. And I just, after my first one, I don't think I ever got out of it. And life just continued. And I just kept feeling like I just didn't belong. So, anyway, we're coming from overweight, depression, not knowing who I was, very, depressed with life. My relationship with my kid's father, I have 3 kids, so my older two, we kind of grew up together. We started life together. That ended. I went down another just kind of like depression of like, oh my God, what is life? What is happening? This is somebody I thought I was going to spend my whole life with. I started a family with him. We grew up together. We started life as in like, these I just remember like my 1 bedroom apartment was 475. That's where we started. But anyway, so a little bit of background about me, so you know what I've overcame. And then we jump into this job, right? So sorry, I'm going all over the place. So we're back to this job. And ashwagandha played a big part in it of soothing, healing, I guess my nervous system. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is like I set out on this path just to eat better, feel better, be a better mother and kind of just focus on me. I didn't have anybody there anymore. So like what else was I supposed to do? Work on myself. That was the only thing left. So ashwagandha played a big part in kind of like really soothing, relaxing me, as in like I was in a very like just neutral, flowy state. It helped calm me down, as in like all the time I was just like this new person of like very flowy, very just chill. Things that would very overwhelm me because as a mother of 3, I was overwhelmed a lot. I was overstimulated, overwhelmed. And anyway, ashwagandha played a big part in this of helping. So anyway, the job, they focused on herbs and vitamins to help your hormones, help your metabolism. And then they had some stuff in there to help with kind of, I would say adrenal fatigue or like emotional stress and stuff like that. So I get in this job and I'm a human sponge and I love it. And I just kept feeling like I didn't belong again. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. I went on this 4-year transformational journey. I finally feel so, I mean, alive, so powerful, so magnetic. Like I know who I am. I'm confident in myself. I know the value that I bring to someone's life. But health and wellness just did not seem, well, the job specifically just did not seem to fit where I wanted to go in life. Because when I was sitting with my clients, we would talk, yes, about nutrition, but we would also talk a lot about what was going on in their lives, because that directly is linked to your eating habits. And my job did not understand that. So they wanted me to pop these people in and out, 15 minutes, sit them down. What'd you do for the week? What'd you eat? Let me look at your food journal. Out you go. That's not how it happened for me. I totally understand their approach to it, but that's where I felt like, oh my God, I don't belong again, because they're like telling me like, you gotta be faster with these clients. You gotta pop them in and out. And me, I was just like, I just don't, there's so much that's going on in their lives that I want to help work through with, that will help their eating habits, because it seemed like most of my clients had very emotional eating habits. Now, you can't work on emotional eating just by like a food journal and like repetitive, like this is what you need to eat, and you need to, stay in this frame, this box of like protein, vegetable, carbs. That's not how emotional eating works. So I felt out of place. And if months just kept passing, I still was not meeting like that kind of rate per hour, because a lot of my clients, like, I wanted to teach them fasting. I wanted to teach them limited beliefs. I wanted to teach them these things, but it was not making the company money. AKA, I was not meeting my rate per hour by selling the herbs and vitamins. Now, everybody's on different paths, and of course the ones that I saw fit for the herbs and vitamins that this would absolutely help you, of course I did. But it seemed like a big bulk of them were kind of on the same journey that I was on, and I could not morally push things down their throat that I don't think was really going to help them. What they really needed was a sit down session of understanding limited beliefs and how fasting heals the body, how you can actually change your gut microbiome, those cravings that you just cannot seem to fight or cannot get rid of. Fasting, it completely transforms, what's the word I'm trying to say? Regenerates, the body. When you understand your gut, you can understand the gut brain connection, and how, like, those were the things I was talking to my clients about, teaching them about themselves so they could understand what was going on inside their body. So I have also, on top of the rate per hour, I had a lot of things going on with my younger son, and being kicked out of daycares and this and that because of behavior things. And mind you, he's only 3. He turns 3 on Saturday, but he's got a lot that I feel like he needs more of my attention. I'm a single parent. I'm only one person. I'm trying to create my dreams. I'm trying to make money to pay my bills. I'm got 2 other kids that we co-parent. The other parent we co-parent with, and it's just, life is like a lot, and I am handling this so much better than I ever would have, because the old me would have been so focused on like, oh my God, my life just fell apart again. Oh my God, how am I going to pay my bills? Oh my God, this and that. And I would go into this state of like worry, stress, what if, and all the what ifs would be like super negative and horrible, of like, I don't live like that anymore. I just don't. I understand that like what I put focus on and energy into happens in my life. So if I want to put focus and energy on stress and what's going to happen and this and that, then I absolutely can, but it does nothing for me. It does nothing for me. So I'm choosing to turn my attention elsewhere, where I just realized that this job was part of my path, but not the end of it. Because what I really feel in my heart and soul, spirit, mind, body, everything all connected together, is that my path, I have my own coaching practice. I have my own journey, my own experiences, and there is a following and a path and an audience that are very similar to me that I can help, because everywhere's got a path. I mean, everywhere's got an audience for something, you know? So just because that job did not work out for me, that didn't mean that like I wasn't valuable, or I like, you know, wasn't enough or anything like that. I absolutely hear those thoughts. Don't get me wrong. Those thoughts are definitely there, but I just observe them. I don't actually like identify with them. Of course they're there. Oh, I didn't do good enough. I wasn't valuable, this and that. They're just thoughts, though. I'm not identifying with them. I understand that that's kind of my old programming, or my old self of how I used to think and what I would have thought. I understand that those thoughts are there because of the old person I used to be. But again, I just observe them and I choose not to like engage with them. Instead, I'm choosing to look over here and say, you know what? It wasn't the end, because my path is bigger and greater. It didn't work out because I'm actually supposed to have my own business, my own coaching business, where I can teach you how to heal the body from the inside out. I can teach you about your emotional eating habits that actually directly affects what's going on in your life. When we can break those down, you can change your eating habits. You can change emotional eating. Like, there's mindfulness, there's fasting, there's all these techniques that I've learned along my journey that I want to teach. So I'm actually really excited that I got let go, because I just didn't feel at home. At home is when I'm sitting with these clients and I'm teaching them about their body, and I'm teaching them about themselves. I'm helping them break down situations in their life that directly affects other areas of their life, because everything is interconnected. Every single thing in your life is connected. And when you understand that, and that's also what I help kind of show you, you don't have to believe me, but I can show you how once we break this situation down of what's going on in your life, and then all of a sudden that very same week or the next week you're like, I lost weight and I don't like know how. Do you want to know why? Because you're not like reaching or grabbing for things, trying to suppress an emotion down. I have been there so many times, and it was an unconscious thing to me and I didn't even realize it. Once it clicked, I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My whole world changed. My whole life changed. And again, I lost 100 pounds over the course of this, and no GLP-1s, I mean, nothing. I did nothing but work on my mental state, work on my health, work on, you know, incorporating movement. I lost about 70, 80 pounds. Well, hold on, let me back up. There was about 30 pounds just eating better. There was another 30 pounds I actually went vegan because I started listening to my body. I'm not saying that that's your path or that's what you have to do, but we will figure out what your body is trying to tell you, where the flare-ups are happening. And then today, actually, so resting is very powerful also. So this is my first week. I got let go on Friday. This is my first week of like no job, right? But my first instinct, honestly, is not to like go apply and hurry up and go find another job. My body literally needs to rest. My nervous system needs to over everything I just, you know, everything that just happened. It needs a second to like breathe. Instead of me just like racing out and like going and applying jobs, I'm not worried about money. I'm not worried about it because I know that it will come. I just have this knowing, and you get there eventually on this path of like, you're not worried about those things, because what you put focus and energy on will show up in your reality. So if I'm not worried about money, I'm not going to have the reality show up where I need to be worried about it. Okay? I'm just, I don't know. I'm excited. I am taking the day to rest and just kind of breathe, and you know, I'm actually already living the reality I want to live. I'm actually already living it, as in I am going to, you know, the gym a couple days a week. I'm in a networking club a couple days a week. I'm, you know, always learning and expanding my consciousness and education with master classes. I was just in a master class with a doctor, not last week, but the week before. I'm in a master class this week for kind of starting my own business, because I'm ready to start like my own coaching practice and stuff like that. So I understand my value. I understand my worth, because the clients that I have worked with in my job and even prior, It's all on a mental plane. It's all on a psychological plane where that is my area. That's what I'm passionate about. I'm very, very in tune and passionate about the subconscious brain. And that's what I like to work with people on. So I'm like, I'm so ready to start this because like I got it. I have so much experience. I have so much to offer. I can completely change someone's life, and I already have with the clients that I've had at work, and then the clients that I've had like prior to this. I was very nervous and I was very scared. Like I didn't know the value that I had, so I didn't think like I was good enough. That imposter syndrome kind of really, showed up. I would like freeze when I would think about like offering services and like promoting myself. I'd get very like, oh, I need to be better, and I need to have more credentials, and I need to like do these things. So that was the version of me before I applied for this job. But this job showed me how truly valuable I really am. It really did. I learned how to run a business in this job. I learned how to like how my life will look on a daily basis with clients, having their folders all together and pulled for the day, having my schedule. I would always schedule like an hour in my day to like reach out for leads and you see what I'm already living the life that I want. The only thing that's holding me back is me. It's me. But I don't know. I talk a lot on my podcast. I have all these things going for me. Um, I just need to step into the role full time. That's what it is. I need to step into the role full time. Um, I'm just, how many times we know, right, that we need to eat better. We know we should exercise. We know we should start a business. We know that, we should do these things. But what stops you from that? The mental plane, the mind. That is where my specialty is. That is where I show you what limited beliefs you have, what things you can overcome and how to overcome them. And people that are like me, they were in a box. In a box, a paradigm, because my podcast is called My Paradigm Shift. When you're in a box, you can only see within those four corners. That's it. What I have done in my journey and what I have overcame, I have opened up this box, so to speak, and I started pulling from all these different like realities because I didn't even know they existed. I was just in a box for so long, or these glass ceilings, so to speak, and I never knew you could break through those. And like there were other worlds out there. There were other realities out there that like I can live that reality. Like I can be a fit like health and wellness coach. I never would have guessed this would be me, truthfully. But when I came out of that box, I started to see these things. I started to like, you know what? Oh my God, I think that's what I want to do. Maybe I want to do personal training. Maybe I want to do fitness. I just but I never had that kind of self-concept about myself that I was like valued or worthy of those things. I did not know that I could be these things. The version I am today, I had no idea I could be this version. So that's like, again, the subconscious brain is something I'm really, really passionate about, and something that I actually used with a client before my job. I put myself out there, and I was very nervous, I was very scared, but I had a few clients, and something that I told them to kind of understand how the subconscious brain works. Like I said, many of us know what to do. We know we need to eat healthy, we know we need to exercise, we know we need to start a business, and so on, right? Fill in the blank for you. But what is stopping you? Why aren't you doing those things? It's the mental plane, it's the subconscious brain. Your subconscious rules 95% of, well, probably 95% of your everyday reality. And the way I explained this to a client was, if you are on a, let's say, a ship, you're the captain, okay? You're the captain of this ship. The captain knows where to go, but it needs its crew, okay, to be on board to help him do the sailing, the flag or wind, whatever it is, like you know when you see in the movies, like the crew is like working tirelessly to like, you know, do all the stuff that needs to be done to make the ship sail. Now, where you are in this moment probably is you're the captain and you know where to go, but you have no idea like why you can't get there or what's blocking you. The captain, you, is your conscious brain. The crew of the ship is your subconscious. Until the crew of your ship is aligned with your conscious brain, you will not be able to go where you want to go, and you won't figure out why. You will be like running loops. You will feel stuck. You will just not completely understand like, I know I need to eat healthy, but why can't I do it? Your subconscious brain is not on board to that. But I can show you how, and I, again, very passionate about it, and I wanted to jump on today and start this. I'm going to offer coaching. I've got my Stan Store all, it's already been there, but it's me. I've just been standing in my own way, and I'm ready to put myself out there. So if you would like one-on-one coaching, I'm gonna have that description, that link somewhere in the description or on the podcast. I'm not sure if I'm gonna upload this to the podcast today or just YouTube. I'm not sure, but the link will be there somewhere. I'd love to work with you. I have lots of experiences, and something else that's really interesting is you're going to, if you work with me, you're going to realize how deep this gets and how everything is connected, because sometimes an area in my life, I was working through family uh, problems or, you know, situations. I was working through relationship situations. I was working through like very different areas of my life, but it all connected. Like it all had a ripple effect in each different area. Like if I was working on, you know, what was going on in my family or my relationship, it had a ripple effect into my health and wellness. It had a ripple effect into the way I showed up in the world. It had a ripple effect into starting a business and this and that. It just, you know, even starting my podcast, it had so many ripple effects when you work on a focus area. And so what I want to teach is like, I want to find the focus area for you so we can break that down, get your subconscious on board, and then you'll realize, oh my God, like I'm finally able to like eat better things, and I want to. You want to, like, that's because you want to like feel and heal the body, because you're pouring into yourself, you're loving on yourself more. People pleaser was a huge thing for me. When I kind of broke that down, I realized I was giving my energy to everyone else and I was constantly pleasing. Okay. I was constantly exerting energy. When I started to pull that back and put it into me, all of a sudden I had energy to eat, you know, eat healthier than, because, you know, I had very many different stages of like eating healthy, but like, or, you know, on this journey. But all of a sudden I had like energy to like juice. And I know how crazy that sounds, like, but I didn't have energy to juice, like do juicing and smoothies. That took up a lot of time, yes, but I didn't have the energy for it. I wanted to do it so bad, but when I broke down something in like my family dynamic of like constantly pleasing the other person, all of a sudden I had energy for me. And all of a sudden I was in this juicing stage, and I was just like, I have no idea how those are like interconnected or how those even relate. How am I going to coach this and teach this to somebody? But take it from experience. My life, woo, completely changed, a complete 360. Maybe I can put my before and after pictures in there also. But when you live up here in a different space, you are happier, healthier, loving on yourself, self-care, not over pleasing, people pleasing, just understanding your power. You live a completely different physical reality. So that's my maybe episode for today. This might go to the podcast. It might just stay on YouTube. I'm not sure, but the link will be in the description below.